Please read through the instructions in the manual or watch this video in its entirety before attempting installation, and be sure to pause the video when necessary. It is also important to have someone assist you to help prevent injury or damage. Make sure you have the following tools required to install the washers. Unbox the main washer and mini washer with the box cutter and safely remove the packaging material from the units. Embedded in the styrofoam packaging materials of the mini washer are the bracket brace, bracket frame, and holder needed for assembly. Remove them and set aside. Remove the shipping block located on top of the mini washer and set aside. Remove any plastic or tape on and around the unit. You will need to remove any package material located around the drawer to access the contents inside. Review the contents inside the installation kit, where you will need them to help install the components to the main washer and water supply lines. Rotate the top cover 180 degrees and use the 4 small screws from the installation packet to mount the cover firmly in place. Remove the bracket frames from the styrofoam packaging and mount the bracket frames on each side of the rear of the mini washer. Each bracket frame requires 4 Phillip head screws. With someone to help, tilt the main front load washer backward, exposing the bottom of the unit, and hold. Mount the separate operation prevention holder as shown using a Phillips head screwdriver and 2 screws. Mount the corresponding bracket base to each side as shown using 7 screws for each bracket. With the main front load washer still tilted, fully retract the feet of the unit using the wrench tool provided that came with your installation kit. When finished, set the unit down carefully. It will take 2 people to lift the main front load washer to place onto the mini washer. Align the front load washer's feet according to the top part of the mini washer's corner placement settings, and make sure the separate operation prevention holder is seated correctly atop of the separate operation prevention switch, also known as the stacking switch. If not mounted correctly, the unit may not work properly and you may encounter an error code. Mount and tighten a total of 14 screws into the leg supports and bracket frames to securely attach the units together, as shown. Use the wrench tool provided to readjust and level the legs of the front load washer. Be careful not to over-tighten the feet as it could damage the brackets. Remove the contents from the front load washer's drum. Move to the back of the front load washer and remove the 3 transit bolts using the wrench tool provided. Replace these with the transit bolt covers that came with your kit. Take a moment to review the water supply line setup shown here on the diagram to better acquaint you with the water hose connections and its parts. For the water line setup, first connect the L-shaped water hose to the mini washer's inlet valve and tighten firmly into place. Now take the main washer's waterline hose and connect it to the inlet valve on the back of the front load washer and tighten firmly into place. Use a Y connector to connect both the front load washers and mini washers hose together. Take the short hose supplied with your installation kit. Connect the drain hose using the big clamp and making sure the drain hose elbow is facing upward. Connect the front load washer and mini washer's drain hoses to the big drain Y connector using a clamp on each hose as shown. Follow the same instructions to properly adjust the legs and lock nuts to level your mini washer. You can now plug in your units and move them both into the correct position. Use a level to make sure the units are balanced. Readjust the legs if necessary. Pairing the mini washer with the main washer means you won't have to bend down to change cycles and settings. Pairing the units allows you to operate the mini washer's controls from the main washer circle display. To pair the units, power on the main front load washer Select your preferred language by scrolling and press OK. Set the local time and press OK. An option to apply daylight savings will appear. Press No or Yes to continue. The main interface will appear with the option to swipe left or right to view the cycles and feature instructions provided. When ready, press Start to continue to the main screen. Your cycle selection will appear. Hold down the double arrow tab to reveal the features display. Press the More Settings button. Scroll the menu up to search for the washer pairing button and select it. Press the Pair button to connect. Once the connection is completed, select OK on the control panel. Then press the return arrow selection twice to get to the main and mini washer icon. Press and select Mini on the control panel. You can now activate and operate the mini washer using the main washer's control panel. If the washers fail to connect when pairing, first check your power cord and outlets. If this does not resolve the problem, select OK to get to the main screen. Press the More Settings button. Scroll down the menu until you see the selection for Factory Data Reset and press it. A message will appear asking if you want to delete the stored data and reset to the default settings. Press Reset. When asked if you still want to choose this option, press Yes. It will take a few moments for the washer system to reset. After the reset completes, press OK. Next, reset the mini washer by powering on the unit and pressing and holding both the light soil and rinse plus spin buttons. If the reset is successful, a number other than 0 will appear in the display. Now follow the pairing instructions as before. The unit should now pair successfully.